My toddler saw a bride taking photos at the park and screamed, "Don't do it!" The bride stopped mid-pose, her photographer looked confused, and about 30 wedding guests turned to stare at my 3-year-old daughter Emma standing by the playground swings. I was mortified. Emma had this habit of saying random things loudly at the worst possible moments, but this was next-level embarrassing. "Emma, honey, let's go play on the slides," I whispered, trying to drag her away from the wedding party, but she wasn't having it. She broke free from my grip and marched right up to the bride, tugging on her dress. "Lady, don't marry the mean man," Emma said, pointing directly at the groom. "He's gonna hurt you." Everyone went dead silent. The groom's face went red, and he started walking toward us looking angry. "Hey, what kind of kid says something like that? What are you teaching her?" I started apologizing, explaining that Emma was just 3 and had an active imagination. But then the bride knelt down to Emma's level and asked quietly, "Sweetie, why do you think he's mean?" Emma pointed to a bruise on the bride's wrist that was barely covered by her dress sleeve. "My mommy had marks like that when the bad man lived with us. She cried at night too, just like you smell like tears under your makeup." My heart stopped. This kid had been through way too much for her age, but she'd developed this weird ability to spot things adults tried to hide. When my ex was still around, Emma would always know when I'd been crying, even if I thought I'd covered it up perfectly. The bride's face went pale. She looked down at her wrist, then back at Emma. "You're very smart, little girl." Then she stood up and looked at her groom. "We need to talk, right now." "What? No, we're not doing this here because some random kid made stuff up," the groom said, grabbing the bride's arm, but he grabbed it right where the bruise was, and she winced visibly. That's when the bride's dad stepped forward. He was a big guy, probably worked construction his whole life. "Take your hands off my daughter, now. This is ridiculous. Katie, tell them the kid is lying," the groom demanded. But Katie, the bride, was shaking her head. "She's not lying, Dad. Show them your phone, Tyler." "What?" Tyler looked panicked now. "Show them the texts you sent me last night when I said I wanted to postpone the wedding." Tyler started backing away. "This is insane. I'm not showing anyone anything." But Katie was already pulling out her own phone. "Then I'll show them mine." She started reading out loud. "You better not embarrass me tomorrow or you'll regret it. You're nothing without me. If you try to leave, I'll make sure no one ever wants you." The wedding guests started murmuring. Some people were pulling out their phones to record. Tyler realized he was cornered and completely lost it. "Fine. Yeah, I said that." She needed to hear it. She was being dramatic about nothing. One little fight and she wanted to call off our whole wedding. Katie's dad moved between Tyler and his daughter. "Get out, now, before I call the police." Tyler started yelling about how much money he'd spent on the wedding, how Katie was ruining everything, how her family never liked him anyway. 2 of Katie's brothers stepped up next to their dad, and Tyler finally realized he was outnumbered. "This is all your fault," he said, pointing at me and Emma. "You and your weird kid ruined my life." "No," Katie said firmly. "You ruined your own life the first time you put your hands on me." Tyler stormed off, and Katie sat down on a park bench, still in her wedding dress, crying. Not sad crying, but relief crying. Her mom and sisters gathered around her, and her dad was already on the phone, probably canceling venues and vendors. I was about to leave them alone when Katie called out, "Wait, please." She walked over to us. "What's your daughter's name?" "Emma," I said. Katie knelt down again. "Emma, thank you for being brave and telling the truth. You saved me from making a big mistake." Emma just nodded seriously, like this was a normal Tuesday for her. "My mommy says truth is always better, even when it's scary." Katie looked at me. "You're raising an incredible kid. I'm so sorry about what you went through before. We're okay now," I said. "And it looks like you will be too."